Work and wages, understanding overtime, commission, and piecework. I need to pay rent. Which of these jobs puts the most cash in my pocket? To make the best decision, weigh the options you see against your personal work style and financial needs. Remember, it's important to balance immediate cash flow needs with long-term earning potential. Today, we're diving into the 3 fundamental wage systems. Understanding these systems is crucial as they form the backbone of how we get paid and how much we earn. Let's start with overtime pay. Overtime pay is the additional compensation an employee receives for working beyond the standard working hours. So, how do hourly pay and overtime pay work? Under Article 83 of the Labor Code of the Philippines, the standard hours are 40 hours per week. This means that any work done beyond these 40 hours is considered overtime. Now, when it comes to calculating overtime, the standard rate is the regular hourly wage multiplied by 1.25. This ensures that employees are fairly compensated for the additional time they put in. Additionally, there's a night shift differential for work done between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. This is calculated by multiplying the regular rate by 1.1 to account for the inconvenience of working late hours. When discussing the day types and their corresponding effective overtime multipliers, we want to ensure clarity on how these rates apply to different scenarios in the Philippines. Who is exempt from receiving overtime pay, and why do these exemptions exist? First, we have managerial employees and executive staff. They are compensated for their leadership roles rather than the hours they work. Next, field personnel with unsupervised hours. Their roles offer a level of autonomy that doesn't align with standard overtime rules. We also have government employees, who are governed by civil service rules rather than traditional employment laws. Finally, domestic helpers or kasambahay and personal service workers are also exempt. Their employment terms are usually set by specific contracts or agreements distinct from the typical labor standards. Computation of overtime pay step by step. A call center agent earns 200 pesos per hour. Compute his gross weekly pay if he works 40 hours, including 1 regular holiday, and renders 5 hours of overtime, 2 of which fall on the holiday. Let's start by understanding how to compute the regular pay for our call center agent, who works during the day. Step 1. Compute the regular pay. First, we need to establish the basic formula. Regular pay equals the hourly rate multiplied by the number of regular hours worked. In this scenario, the agent works 32 regular hours. So, we multiply the hourly rate of 200 pesos by 32 hours. Using a calculator, the regular pay amounts to 6,400 pesos. Step 2. Compute the regular holiday pay. The formula involves multiplying the hourly rate by the number of hours worked, and then multiplying that result by 2. So, the calculation looks like this: 200 pesos per hour, multiplied by 8 hours, multiplied by 2. This results in a holiday pay of 3,200 pesos. Step 3. Calculate the regular holiday overtime pay. Here's the formula. Regular holiday overtime pay equals the hourly rate multiplied by the number of overtime hours, and then multiplied by 2.6. In our example, multiply 200 by 2, and then again by 2.6. The result is a regular holiday overtime pay of 1,040 pesos. Step 4. Compute the standard overtime pay. Start by multiplying the hourly rate by the number of overtime hours worked. Then multiply that result by 1.25, the overtime multiplier for regular days. In our example, the hourly rate is 200 pesos, and the employee worked 3 hours of overtime. So, you would calculate it as follows: 200 pesos times 3 hours, then multiplied by 1.25. This calculation gives us a total overtime pay of 750 pesos. Step 5. Compute the gross weekly pay. First, we add the regular pay, which reflects the earnings from standard working hours. Next, we include the regular holiday pay, which compensates for working during a holiday. Then, we incorporate the regular holiday overtime pay, which is the additional compensation for any overtime on a holiday. Finally, we add the standard overtime pay for hours worked beyond the regular schedule. In this example, the total gross weekly pay is 11,390 pesos. This figure is the sum of all these components: 6,400 for regular pay, 3,200 for regular holiday pay, 1,040 for regular holiday overtime pay, and $750 for standard overtime pay. Scenario 2. A call center agent works at night. A call center agent earns 200 pesos per hour. Compute his gross weekly pay if he works 40 hours, including one regular holiday, and renders 5 hours of overtime, 2 of which fall on the holiday. His shift is 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Step 1. Compute the regular pay. The agent earns 200 pesos per hour, and we know he worked 32 regular hours this week. Because his shift is during nighttime, we apply the night shift differential, or NSD, which is an additional 10% to his regular hourly rate. So, we multiply the hourly rate by the number of hours worked and then apply the NSD factor of 1.1. The calculation looks like this: 200 pesos multiplied by 32 hours, and then multiplied by 1.1 for the NSD. This gives us a regular pay of 7,040 pesos. Step 2. Compute regular holiday pay. We use the formula: hourly rate times the number of hours worked, multiplied by 2, and then by the night shift differential, NSD. In this case, the calculation is as follows: 200 pesos per hour, for 8 hours, times the holiday rate of 2, and then multiplied by the NSD of 1.1. This brings the total to 3,520 pesos for regular holiday pay. Step 3. Compute the regular holiday overtime pay. The computation is the hourly rate multiplied by the number of overtime hours worked, then multiplied by the special holiday overtime rate of 2.6. So, let's break it down. 200 pesos multiplied by 2 hours, and then multiplied by 2.6 gives us a total of 1,040 pesos for the regular holiday overtime pay. Step 4. Compute the regular overtime pay. The formula we'll use is: overtime pay equals the hourly rate multiplied by the number of overtime hours, then multiplied by 1.25. In our example, we have an hourly rate of 200 pesos, with 3 overtime hours. Plugging these into our formula, we multiply 200 by 3, and then by 1.25, which gives us a regular overtime pay of 750 pesos. Step 5. Compute the gross weekly pay. First, let's break down what goes into this calculation. We start with the regular pay, add the regular holiday pay, then the regular holiday overtime pay, and finally, the overtime pay. Here's the breakdown using our example. Regular pay is 7,040, regular holiday pay is 3,520, regular holiday overtime pay is 1,040, and the overtime pay is 750. When you add all these components together, the gross weekly pay amounts to 12,350 pesos. The second type of fundamental wage is commission. Commission is a type of compensation that allows employees to directly benefit from their effort and sales performance. The different types of commission. First, we have the straight commission model. This is where an employee's entire income comes from a percentage of their sales. It's a high-risk, high-reward system. Next is the salary plus commission model. The employees receive a guaranteed base salary, providing them with financial stability, along with a commission that serves as an additional incentive to boost sales. Lastly, the graduated commission structure. In this model, the commission percentage increases as salespeople reach higher sales brackets or tiers. This encourages them to push beyond their initial targets to achieve greater rewards. Computation of commission pay step by step. A real estate agent earns a base salary of 20,000 pesos per month. He also earns a 3% commission on the first 5 million pesos in sales, and 5% on any sales exceeding 5 million pesos. This month, he closed 8 million pesos in total sales. Find his gross monthly wage. Step 1. Identify the base salary of our real estate agent, which is 20,000 pesos per month. Step 2. Calculate the first tier commission. Since the agent earns a 3% commission on the first 5 million pesos in sales, we calculate this by multiplying 5 million pesos by 0.03. So, the Tier 1 commission amounts to 150,000 pesos. Step 3. Calculate the second tier commission. First, we need to identify the excess sales. We have total sales of 8 million, with our first tier covering up to 5 million. So, the excess sales amount to 3 million pesos. Now, the second tier commission is calculated on these excess sales. The commission rate for this tier is 5%. When we apply this percentage, the Tier 2 commission comes out to 150,000 pesos. Step 4. Compute the gross monthly wage. First, let's quickly recap the components involved. The base salary is 20,000. Then, we add the Tier 1 commission, which amounts to 150,000, and the Tier 2 commission, also 150,000. By adding these up, we arrive at the gross monthly wage of 320,000 pesos. Another type of fundamental wage is piecework. In piecework, an employee is compensated for each piece they produce or task they complete, rather than being paid by the hour. The two main types of piecework. First, we have straight piecework. This is a straightforward system where employees earn a fixed amount for each piece they produce, regardless of how many pieces that might be. Next, we have the differential piece rate. The pay rate per piece increases once the employee exceeds a specific daily or weekly production quota. Computation of piecework pay step by step. A factory worker is paid 100 pesos per piece for the first 50 pieces assembled in a day. To encourage speed, the rate increases to 150 pesos per piece for every unit assembled beyond the 50th. The following day, the employee produces 68 pieces. Find his total daily wage. Step 1. Calculate the worker's pay for the first 50 pieces. To start, we know that the worker earns 100 pesos for each of these initial pieces. So, when we multiply 100 pesos by 50, we get 5,000 pesos. Step 2. Determine the excess from the first 50 pieces. The worker assembled 68 pieces in total. So, when we subtract 50 from 68, we find there are 18 excess pieces. Step 3. Calculating the earnings for the excess pieces. We know there are 18 excess pieces, and the pay per piece for these is 150. So, we multiply 18 by 150 to get the earnings from these pieces, which amounts to 2,700 pesos. Step 4. Compute the daily wage. Now, when we add this to what we've already calculated from the first 50 pieces, we get a total of 7,700 pesos. Employers use wage systems to motivate their employees. Overtime encourages extra effort beyond their regular working hours. Commission-based pay and the piecework system reward productivity and sales skills. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, like and share. Follow me for more learning videos.